So students, now let's continue the topic with HCl. First point is here, how HCl can be prepared in laboratory, or what experiments you will do in the laboratory to get HCl. So for this, normally we using metal chloride. Metal chloride can be sodium chloride or potassium chloride, anyone. And most important point is here, you must take care, like here I have taken metal chloride plus acid. But this acid must be concentrated H2SO4 only. Concentrated H2SO4 only, because it is non-volatile acid. So here we using, means for the preparation of one, you know that HCl gas also, it can be acid also, strong acid. So for the preparation of HCl, which is volatile in nature, we using another acid that is concentrated H2SO4, which is non-volatile. So metal chloride plus concentrated H2SO4, then in return we getting metallic salt, and obviously here we have taken H2SO4, so the salt must be sulfate plus HCl. So look at here, I have taken NaCl or KCl, anyone we can opt, plus H2SO4, and it must be of concentrated form. So we getting here sodium bisulfate or potassium bisulfate. And one more point you have to keep here in your mind, temperature must be below 200 degrees centigrade. Temperature must be below 200 degrees centigrade. And here you can see we getting the gas HCl. We getting the gas HCl. Now the evolved gas, what are the characteristics we can observe here? So the gas is, first point is colorless with a pungent choking odor. Gas is colorless with a pungent choking odor. Pungent choking odor means you don't want to be in that atmosphere for a longer duration. Pungent choking smell. Correct? Students, I think choking I can take like this, or even choking smell, COK. Second point, you have to bring moist blue litmus. So it will turn moist blue litmus to red. Being a strong acidic in nature, turns moist blue litmus to red. Third point, what we can do here? Third point is very important, which is common for ammonia and HCl both. Means if a rod dipped in ammonia solution, bring near this, then it turns that dense white fumes of ammonium chloride are formed. So the gas, if a rod dipped in ammonia solution, brought near the mouth of the gas or mouth of the container, near the gas, dense white fumes. And you know what is this dense white fumes? It is actually ammonium chloride. Dense white fumes of ammonium chloride are formed. Ammonium chloride are formed. So by identifying all these, you can understand the coming out gas is HCl. Correct? Now we are going to discuss regarding ammonia. So ammonia, as you know, it is a basic gas, and ammonia is also colorless. But when you will bring blue litmus paper in front of ammonia, then there will be no change. Why? Because ammonia is basic in nature. At the same time, if you will bring red, it will turn to blue. So we are going to discuss ammonia gas. For this, the first point, obviously, how it get prepared, means what experiment we will do in laboratory. So first we will take ammonium chloride, means any ammonium salt. ammonium salt plus alkali. Alkali can be strong alkali, because ammonium salt we have taken, so we are not going to take ammonium hydroxide. So we will take alkali. What in return we will get? Salt plus water plus ammonia gas. Okay. Ammonium salt, like we can use NH4Cl. We can use NH4Cl, plus we can take first what I am going to give here. This is the lab preparation, means calcium hydroxide, but we can also use sodium hydroxide. So ammonium chloride plus sodium hydroxide. In return, what we going to get? Here taken calcium, so the salt must be of calcium. Here taken sodium, salt must be of sodium. Plus H2O plus NH3. Plus H2O plus NH3. Now, what are the main characteristics? So the first point is the evolved gas. First point is colorless with a pungent, but that pungent is sharp pungent, with a sharp pungent smell. Okay. Second point, turns moist red litmus to blue, means basic in nature. Correct. And the third point is the same as we did in case of HCl, means if a rod dipped in HCl, concentrated HCl is brought near the gas, dense white fumes of NH4Cl is formed or seen. Correct. So now I think it must be clear to you. Characteristics of ammonia, characteristics of HCl. Now students, we are going to discuss regarding water vapor. Next we can discuss regarding water vapor. How water vapor will come into atmosphere? By heating the salts which contains water of crystallization, like blue vitriol. You all know blue vitriol is copper sulfate with 5 molecules of water. So when you are going to do heating process of this salt, you will get colorless droplets. Get accumulated on the cooler part of the container, and that colorless droplets is of water vapor. But how can we identify this? So for this we will do some experiment again. Water vapor. So first point, what I told children, you take blue vitriol, CuSO4.5H2O. When you will heat it, you will get in return CuSO4 plus 5H2O. Up to the time this is present water molecule, it is of blue color. But after heating, means after loss of water crystallization, turns to dirty white color. Correct. The first point you are understanding here. First point we getting here, and the process of heating you must mention here. So a colorless liquid formed on the cooler part of the test tube. First point, a colorless liquid is deposited on the cooler part of the test tube. Correct. Second point will be here. Second point, the liquid is neutral to litmus. The liquid is neutral to litmus. means no effect on red or blue litmus. And the third point is liquid turns blue cobalt chloride paper pink. The liquid turns blue cobalt chloride paper pink. Blue cobalt chloride paper pink. And the last point what you can see here, fourth point, that is the liquid turns anhydrous copper sulfate from white to blue. Means the liquid turns anhydrous, means without water, anhydrous copper sulfate again to blue crystalline salt. Okay, it is actually anhydrous without water molecule, so it is anhydrous in nature. So now I think you must have understood. That's all for today. Thank you, children.